Hey everybody, good evening. Welcome to the Adventure Archive. How's it going tonight? We are very excited to be kicking off our campaign of Death in Space, the new science fiction RPG from the guys at the Stockholm Cartel and published by Free League. So tonight, if you guys saw our Zero session, yeah, shirts got the Void Safe shirts. Me and Ryan anyway. If you guys checked out our Zero session, you'll notice something a little bit differently. We have one more person here, and that is Christian, known as L2 from L2S Entertainment. Welcome, my friend. Glad to have you here. Should be fun. I mean, just coming off of your Alien Isolation stuff, this will be a nice fit.
Oh yeah, I'm ready for it.
Cool. So before we begin, there's some people I should thank. First and foremost, the Death in Space guys have been, rarely do you have a direct connection to the creator of a game. And I got a random message from Christian, who is a co-designer on this. So really awesome for that help. So I appreciate all that. It's really nice to get some behind the scenes tips from one of the guys who wrote the game. And also Helium, Kid Cannon, and Solar Fields, who composed the soundtrack, and they generously allowed us to use it. So thank you so much for that. McGlintlock, who is the selfless Foundry developer, so he created the Death in Space system, as well as something the players may or may not see tonight. We shall find out about that. So thanks to all you guys. And anything else we want to announce? Anything else we should talk about before we get things going?
Not really. I guess the only thing is our I haven't announced it on Instagram yet because I'm getting worse and worse at social media. But this week on the Weekly Scroll, we're going to be talking about the just released PDF from another Free League workshop game. Something you might have heard of called Cyborg.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing that on Sunday morning. And we're slowly just turning this into a Free League channel. So we'll just continue on with that.
Cool. All right. Well, let's get this thing kicked off. So, those of you who are just now joining us, Death in Space is kind of a unique science fiction RPG. At first, I thought it was strictly horror like Mothership, but it has its own special sort of nuance. So, this takes place in the Tenebris system, which is a distant system. We do not know how far away it is. We do not know what time period we're in, assuming it's the distant future based on the technology that exists here. But one thing is known is that the universe is not expanding; it is collapsing, heading toward an inevitable dark end. And amid all of this was a gem war, and these gems were used to create extremely high-tech spacecraft and weaponry, like faster than light travel. But then 10 years ago, this war lasted for about 100 years, and then 10 years ago it finally ended. So now everything is derelict, falling apart. There's nothing new being produced. Everything is cobbled together: spacecraft, space station, rigs, etc., etc. So the feeling and the vibe and the tone of this entire game is just very gritty, very just falling apart, greasy, dirty, scratched up, dented up. So that's kind of what we're looking at for a sense of tone here. And like I said, the war ended 10 years ago, and that brings us to where we are right now with our cast of 4 characters, which we're going to get into once I switch the scene here. Oh, and for those of you who are curious, we were running the intro scenario that comes with the core book called Welcome to the Ring. So let me activate this scene, you guys. Okay. Can you guys see that okay? Are you guys all in the scene?
Yep.
All right, cool. So you guys acquired a spacecraft recently. With your remaining hollows, you pulled everything together, with the exception of the amount of hollows you guys have on your person right now. And you are taking a shuttle to a region called the Aurum region on the Iron Ring, which is this orbiting ring that surrounds the moon Inaro. And so you guys are headed there to claim the spacecraft, but there's a catch. The catch is there was a docking fee associated with the spacecraft of 500 holos, which you do not have. That is why it came so cheap. It also has no fuel, and it also is in need of repairs. So there are 3 things you need to solve while you are cruising through space just on the edge of the Iron Ring, heading toward Aurum 80. So like I said, you guys are sitting in this shuttle. It's cramped, it's cold, the air smells very metallic, and one thing you notice is like there's sand all over the floor, almost in trails. It's really strange. It's not very heavy. You can still see the ground and everything, and the materials there, but it's almost as something had been walking around. And looking up ahead, looking at the guy who is piloting this shuttle, he's an old guy. You see these bear-like broad shoulders just sticking out of the sides of his seat, and you can see his very short, cropped, completely white hair. And even though he has his back to you, you can see that he has a very heavy beard kind of fanning out to the side too. And he reaches up, and he reaches toward this rear view mirror, which is oddly anachronistic here. And he kind of adjusts it, and you see these cold blue eyes in it, and he's looking back at you silently. He also has next to his piloting chair a small metal box of some kind. And it appears as if there's more sand collected there around it. So, also, as you guys look out the windows, they're scuffed and blurred and just grimy, so the view isn't very clear. You can see the hints of the sun reflecting off the Iron Ring and the blackness of space, but that's about it. And behind you is a wall with a door, a small door, and there's rattling coming from behind it. But as you guys are sitting here, coasting through space, coasting toward your destination of Aurum 80 to recover your spacecraft somehow, we pull the camera in to a woman sitting in the back, and she has what appears to be a dog at her feet. So Jess, who's playing Ingrid, tell us about Ingrid. What does she look like? What is she about? What does she feel right now? What brought her to this place?
What brought her here? Way to pose this question.
Just tell me as much or as little as you would like. If there's things you don't know, that's totally fine.
So I'm Ingrid.
Oh.
You can call me Grid if you'd like. This here's my partner in crime. Her name's Callisto, but she answers to Callie. That's Callisto as in the second largest natural satellite of Jupiter in the Milky Way galaxy, if you're not familiar. I am quite a fan of natural satellites. I used to be a asteroid archaeologist in my younger years. Something about having something always around you, orbiting you, keeping you company that really comforted me. And I also suppose that's why I have all these bags and pockets. Old archaeology habits dying hard. Pretty smart, not that strong, so I apologize. And I guess I like an adventure. I like traveling through space. I like seeing new rocks, new satellites, and that's why I'm here. Also making new friends, of course.
Okay. Well, welcome, Jess, as Ingrid. We'll see how Ingrid fares with the rest of this crew. So as we travel across this shuttle to a very, let's call him relentless man named Austin, played by Ryan. Tell us a little bit about Austin.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna have two Southerners on board.
Fuck, now I can't do a Southern accent for anybody. Otherwise, it's gonna be like,
Can't.
what is this?
Yep, because we're from the southern part of the galaxy here. Character's name is Austin. Like my place of birth, Austin, Texas. Back when Texas was a thing. Probably never heard of it. That's only a couple hundreds of years ago. Far from here. I'm an AI originally created by Chad Gates.
Oh, that's why you were looking it up. Okay.
Yeah.
That's ironic.
For Halliburton, probably still exists. I was a combat AI, and I was put in to this meat suit about, gosh, I want to say probably 120 years ago. So I could fight in the gym war, which I won, by the way. And I guess I would be the muscle of the crew. You know, I'm the only one with a gun, and probably been in more fights. I got 13 bullet wounds to prove it, and I'm here to kick some ass, I guess.
All right. So,
Quick question.
yeah.
Is there a way to change Ryan to Austin on my token?
Oh, yeah. Let me change that for you. Sorry, it didn't migrate over. It will happen, right?
I also have my super cluster Lagunitas space beer for this session.
Oh man, look at that.
Yeah.
Nice. Have my sweet tea.
Oh. So, I don't think Ducky's gonna have a Southern accent because he
That'd
is
be funny
by
if
far.
he did.
You should.
That would be hilarious if he did.
Well, shit.
It's
But,
infectious. Everyone's gonna have one by the end of session one.
You know, it's funny. I was planning on the guy piloting the shuttle to have a Southern accent, but now I'm not going.
Do
to
it. Let's
do
do
that.
it. We're going space western. It's real
Space
fast.
Western. So we move across the interior of the shuttle over to quite possibly the strangest looking character of the bunch here, and that is Ducky, who is playing, not Ducky being strange, but his character being strange looking, Novus. So Ducky, why don't you tell us a little bit about Novus?
Yeah. So, I wanted to do an accent now, but I can't. So Novus is a soul pod. His sole kind of reason for existing is to kind of just observe, phenomena of the universe. And the specific one that he's going to focus on is actually the shrinkage of the universe. That's his kind of big,
Sorry.
Not that big, right?
Yeah, there is shrinkage, so yeah.
That beat me to it.
It's quite cold in space. Yeah.
But yeah, so he's quite old. He's about almost 400 years old now. I think the exact number is 374.
Wow.
So he's seen kind of a lot of shit. And so he's more of a scientist than a fighter, and that's why we have these wonderful people on the ship with us.
Okay. Awesome. And certainly last but not least, we see another strange figure who is occupying the last seat, or the last seat in this group of these this crew. And that is Christian playing Vide. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Vide?
Vide.
I remembered your pronunciation guide at the last second. Sorry.
That's okay. So his name is Vide Al-Tali. It basically, one of the words means sea in Latin, and then the last name means next in Arabic. He is technically 274 years old, but his reboot memory is 83. And by that, I mean he had a system restore, and he only remembers about 83 of his years. He knows that at some point he saw something very intense, because he was with the Navi, which are these kind of navigator people that put probes out into the universe for intergalactic travel. And he claims to have seen something but can't remember what. And he was nursed back to health, and that's when the reboot happened. And so ever since then, he's been insanely curious about exploring further, and, of course, practically, considering the circumstances, and finding any other Navis he can find to pick their brains and try to piece together slowly, what he potentially could have seen that day. You see him sitting there. He's bald, but the one way you can tell he is a synthetic AI is he's got these kind of ridges that line down with these nodes, and they come from different parts. They run down his cheekbone and come up, the sides of his mouth. And he wears a really scuffed pair of shades, and he really has no reason to wear shades, but he's wearing them nonetheless. He likes to wear his sunglasses inside. And he's wearing an old uniform that is an echo of the Germ War, but all of the only people that probably knew all the different factions would probably recognize it, because all the ranks and badges he's either torn off of it himself, or perhaps they were already off of it when he woke up with them on. He doesn't seem to take any sides, and tries to keep his distance from political affiliations, because he's just very much interested in pursuing his curiosity on the things that the Navis do gossip about, what they've seen.
Nice. Okay. So as you guys are riding in the shuttle, cruising along, one other piece of information you do know, in addition to, and I'll repeat it again for you guys. So there is a debt of 500 hollows that came associated with the purchase of this ship. Hence why it was so cheap. It needs repairs, and it also needs fuel. And you do know, in RM80, where you are headed, this spacecraft is located in an airlock 13C in the docking bay of RM80. So, as you guys are considering this, as you guys are drawing closer to RM80, the pilot, he looks over at you, and you can tell he has a face like you would expect. It's scarred up, it's weathered, it's seen a lot of hard times apparently, and he does not at all look like someone who would be piloting a shuttle around here. He looks like he's been through something. So anyway, he looks back at you guys and he just says, so I guess I'll do Southern.
So there's so many Southern accents too, you know.
I know.
Are you Texas?
Are
you Georgia? Are
yeah,
you
Tennessee? Yeah. So what brings you to RM80? And he kind of you see his eyes. He turns back, facing forward, but you see his eyes kind of looking at you guys in the rearview mirror above. So he's kind of addressing all of you.
Real quick, are we in the shuttle that needs repairs and fuels, or are we going somewhere?
No. You are
get our shuttle back.
Yeah, you are in a shuttle heading to RM80 to retrieve your spacecraft. This is not your spacecraft.
This is not my. So he's
this
basically
is just a shuttle that's
right
like
now.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Are you the quiet type, or just trying to pass the time, not trying to be rude or anything?
Well, we're here to pick up a ship that we just recently purchased.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah. Ship name is called None of Your Fucking Business.
That's a bit rude, don't you think?
There's no need for that.
It's none of his What's none of his business? How?
Look, he's shuttling us. We don't need to cause a scene.
So after you sort of insult him, Austin, he just laughs. I like your spirit, boy. You're gonna need it. You're gonna need it where you're going. Tell me, so when's the last time you've been into combat? Just curious, because where you're going, you might see it. In fact, I can almost guarantee it. I don't know much, but I do know that there's a power struggle going on there. There's a couple of gangs. Man, I fucking hate gangs, but they have a stranglehold on the place. So I ask, are you ready to encounter such things?
Gangs,
Gangs, yeah.
I suppose.
Well, you young lady, you better take care of yourself.
I've got
There's
Callie.
some crude folk at this place.
What are these gangs called?
Memory serves right. The Passel, I believe, and and Parliament. I don't know the names of the individuals who were a part of it, or those who are running it, but those seem to ring true.
What was the first one again?
The Passel.
Hassel.
Passel, I think. And then the Parliament.
Could be useful.
Could be useful. So, I don't mean no offense, but you look a bit rusty. And the trip is a little longer, and I do so happen to have some non-phys combat simulation. A nice fellow, can't remember his name, something Locke, McGlintlock. He's a selfless soul, and he installed it here on this vessel. Free of charge, of course, and I don't know. Might be a good way to pass the time. Get the blood running for what's to come. What do you say?
I've never said no to a fight in my life. I didn't win the gym war for fucking nothing here.
No one won the gem war.
I won the gym war. I mean, not just me, but I helped, and our side won.
Well, that's very nice of you, sir. I think we'd like to partake.
Okay, so when you guys respond to this, he seems genuinely excited, and he kind of rubs his hands together, and he punches a button on the console, and these visors, these headsets drop down from the ceiling, just like the oxygen masks in an airplane. He says, well, one size fits all, I hope. Sorry about that. And he kind of nods to you, Novus, because you have somewhat of an odd-shaped head. So,
This is just gonna like hold him there.
Yeah. So what we are going to play is indeed made by a man named McGlintlock. This is sort of a rules primer just to get you guys. And I don't want you to think this game is all about combat, but I think it's important to just run through the rules, get a sense of how combat works, because there's some unique stuff about it. So let me move you guys to a new scene, and we will begin. Oh, and by the way, any viewer out there, oh yeah, we got the the glasses. Any viewer out there who wants to check it out, it's on itch.io, so for free. It's called Zap Gun, but let me get your guys' tokens in here. And we will change scenes. Oh, the first thing I need to ask is, what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to do deathmatch, like everybody against everybody, or do you want to do teams, like 2-on-2?
Oh.
And unfortunately, Callisto can't come with you, Ingrid. There is no dog-sized visor.
I thought one size fit all.
Yeah, sorry, girl.
We could do 2v2. We could do the Southerners versus you Yankees.
Okay, so let me.
Left versus right.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're getting political. Here comes
I meant on the
Southern-
screen.
Oh,
The two
left
people on the left
versus
side of the
right,
screen
I'm
versus the two people on the
sure.
right side of the screen.
How long have you been? How long have you been holding on to that
You
joke?
knew.
That's what I want to know.
I literally wasn't even a joke. I literally looked at our stream dashboard, saw that me and Jess were on one side, and Ducky and Christian were on the other, and said left versus right.
Okay.
But I mean, we would be right for a number of reasons.
All right, so I've activated the map.
Ooh.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, damn.
So the way this works, guys. Let me move my DM. Actually, I'll put this in the middle just so people can see it easily.
Is there a way we can change our own token names?
Yeah.
Oh, it must not have carried
Also.
over. Yeah, I think so. If you click on the token, if you double click on
Okay.
your token and go to click on the token in the upper right, you should be able to change your name. Do you see it?
But if I double click my token, it just comes up to my character sheet.
Yeah, but then go to the token button in the upper right by the X. I can just change it for you. There, you should be changed.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, what I need to do is have all of your tokens outside of the map be updated, and then it'll be fine. All right, one more. Okay, so rules, the way this is going to work is, let's see here. Bam, okay, Ducky. All right, so this is a non-phys combat sim. The way this works is you guys are going to do teams. So you'll see that there are a couple of different squares. These red squares. I don't know if can you guys see them okay?
Yeah.
They're probably walled off. So those are going to be full cover. And the way full cover works is you can hide behind it. You cannot attack, but you are immune to any kind of attacks. So you can kind of hunker down there. You don't have to worry about it unless somebody comes up on you. The smaller ones are partial. So normally in the game, the way it works is you decide if you want full cover or partial cover, and that sort of designates how it affects you. So if you decide you have full cover, again, you can't attack, but you're protected. Partial cover means that anybody gets disadvantage while they're trying to attack you. And disadvantage works just like 5e, where it's 2d20, the better of or the best of each roll. So what I need to give you guys now is you guys each have. So you guys are transported to this ring that's flickering and glowing and glitching out, but more or less you can see each other across. So you're standing across from this large arena. There are a couple passageways going to the left and right, and you can see some areas for cover. But you're going to have a zap gun. So what I need to do is actually, if you guys actually want to go to the appendix and grab a pistol and just throw it into your character sheet for now, and we can remove those after. And then what you're going to want to do is just change the, what was that?
I said, I think I have one already. I do.
Yeah. Well, you might want another one because the setting or the stats are a little bit different. The specs are different.
And just pistol?
Yeah.
Oh, the appendix for zap
The
gun then?
zap gun is not in the appendix, so you'll just have to modify it.
Okay.
And you're going to modify it to a... it only has 3 uses, so that would be your ammo. The damage is 1d4. And then after your 3 uses, it takes 1 round to recharge completely. So you don't have to like find ammo or anything. You just have to wait around. But as you guys are standing here, checking out your weapons, getting the lay of the land, you see something else hovering in the very center of the court, and that is a grenade. So there's only 1 of them. It has 1 use, and we'll worry about that, whoever gets it first, or if anybody gets it. There's 1d8 damage, 10-foot radius, ignores cover completely, but it is reusable, which is cool. So if you chuck it, explodes, someone can go pick it up. But it takes 1 round to arm. So you gotta arm it, and then you can use it. Then you can throw it. But also, in this first round, I will not have any enemies. We'll just say it's between you 2 guys, and then maybe we'll do a second round with enemies. So it's gonna be versus here. So let me know when you guys have your pistols and your, or your zap guns, I should say.
You said they're 1d4, right, for damage?
Yeah, 1d4
Okay.
damage and then 3 uses, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I need some...
Yeah,
What's up?
that's good.
We need some more powerful music for this guy. Okay, so let me know when you guys are ready and I will explain how combat works.
A thinking machine.
Which is going to be interesting considering it's whoever acts first. That's who goes first.
Ready.
You're going to go first?
No, I was just saying I'm ready for you to explain.
I'll go first.
All right. Tex is going first. Austin. And the way it works is once you go, so you can move and you can do an action. And your movement is 50 feet. And so you can just assume that every square is going to be 5 feet. And so I think you should be able to make it across the entire thing in like a couple turns if you want to. And to attack, you should see in your character sheet how to do that. It should be a tech check. Which, what is it, Austin? You have terrible tech or what?
Not have good tech. I somehow am an ancient AI. Terrible tech skill. But I am from Texas.
All right, I'm gonna manually keep. I'm gonna manually keep initiative order because Foundry doesn't support it so well. Just because it's kind of a hey, who goes next? All right, so as we begin, Austin, what would you like to do? Your zap gun is charged. Across the field, you see Novus and Vide standing there, and to your right, you see Ingrid.
So are all of these squares 5 feet?
Hey, McGlintlock, what's up, man? Yeah. So you can move, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, you can move like 10 squares, so. And remember, like I said, full cover is going to be these guys here.
Okay.
Partial cover is going to be the little ones. So you can hide behind this. You just can't. Let me zoom in for people here. And there is a grenade at the center as well.
Gotcha. So these are all tagged as 10 feet instead of 5 feet.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Well, let's just say they're 5 feet.
Okay. So I still can't quite get to the grenade
Right.
that I'm looking for. All right. Well, fuck. Let's try to get closer to the grenade. Did you start the combat music?
Yeah, you can't hear it?
No, I might need to just reset. All right. And then what is my attack range? How far can I shoot people from?
Sorry, what?
How far can I shoot people from?
As far as you want. It's a gun.
Oh, all right. Well, then
It's not a bow and arrow or a crossbow. Yeah, it'll travel pretty far. It'll at least make it. You know, this is a simulation. This is a non-phys realm you're in right now. So McGlinlock said there should be an ATK link on the line next to your. Oh yeah, attack link. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys go to your weapon, you can see. All you need to do is click attack. Oh, and another thing I forgot to mention, you can do what's called a risky attack. So what a risky attack is, you have to call it. There's a little tick box when you hit attack, and if you declare that you're making a risky attack, and you fail that roll, the person you tried to attack will get a free attack on you, and that does not count whatsoever against their normal turn. That's just like a bonus, kind of an attack of opportunity. All right, Austin, what are you doing as you're loading up with your zap gun here?
can you split movement, or is it attack and a move?
No, I'll say you can
move
split
and
it.
then
Yeah, I'll
fire?
say you can split it. Why not?
Okay. All right. Well, then I'm going to. It looks like I can get all the way up to here, and then I'll eventually move down to.
So back there.
Over here, but I'm gonna shoot from here,
Okay.
and I'm gonna
You can
shoot.
from there. Who you
I'm gonna
gonna
shoot V-Day.
V-Day.
Uh-huh.
All right. So shoot it V-Day.
Yeah.
Why don't you roll an attack roll?
gonna-
And I believe your DR is just 12, right? Everybody's DR is 12 because basically it ignores armor and everything else in here.
Okay. So I'm just going to hit. Oh, yeah. DR12, roll type, normal.
Yeah. Do you want to do a normal or a
Not-
risky attack?
I'm gonna start with a normal one just to see what
All right.
happens.
All right. All right.
I'll get risky as we go. I'm relentless, not risky.
Okay. So you missed. V-Day laughs at you from across the other side of the arena. But here's another note you'll see is you gain a void point. So I believe McGlinlock, it automatically does that. But somebody in the chat is asking, what benefit does a risky attack give you? It gives you double damage. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. So you get to roll the damage dice twice. That is the benefit. So you get a void point. The way void points work are you can use them to gain advantage on an ability check or an attack roll. In the case, we're just doing attack rolls this time, unless you guys are trying to do some kind of fancy maneuver. But if you decide to use it and you fail that roll, you get corruption, right? Void points, sorry. Learning the game, folks.
You don't get corruption, do you? Do you just
So if a void point is spent to gain advantage and the roll fails, you roll a 1d6. If the result is equal to or lower than the current amount of void points you have after the spend, you roll a void corruption effect. So that's what happens.
So where would that be on a character sheet? Does it automatically start tallying?
I think it does.
the
I think
void
it
points?
does. It's actually. It should
Oh yeah,
show
there it
up.
is.
You got it.
Yeah, in
Awesome.
situation. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
top of
so you
situation.
you fire off your zap gun and you miss. You're just warming up. And you huddle down behind this wall over here, right?
All right.
Okay, so who would like to go next? You get to choose.
Oh, Ingrid is gonna go next, obviously.
Okay. All right, Ingrid, what would you like to do as Austin fires off a wide shot and then hunkers down behind this wall over here, this virtual wall?
Do you have to be right? I assume you have to be like right behind an object for it to provide any cover.
Yeah, you'd have to move your character behind an object. And remember,
Right
the large ones are going to be full cover, and the other ones are partial cover. Full cover, you can't attack though. It's basically just to protect yourself.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go here. Wait.
Where?
Why is this not working?
Oh yeah, if you guys need to point at anything, just hit X. That will bring up a little pointer on the screen. So if you ever need to point and say, I want to go here or do something, that's fine.
Oh, there we go.
So you're going to
Go
move all the
there.
way up there? Okay, so you're under partial cover.
Yeah, and while I run like about here, I'm gonna aim at Novus.
All right, Novus. Let's see what happens there.
Okay. So just attack with a
Yeah.
pistol.
Attack with pistol and DR12,
Normal.
and we'll see if you succeed. Okay, again, you shoot him, and it goes between the little weird shapes in his head. He's got like a little loop-de-doo on the top. I don't know if we ever showed that. I mean, you guys saw in the intro. But you make it all the way to this partial cover. It's a very low piece of virtual masonry, I guess, and you're kind of crouched down there. But you do gain a void point. All right, who would you like to go next, Ingrid?
How about V-Day?
All right, V-Day, you are up.
How about not the guy who tried to hit?
And don't forget,
So-
there is a grenade at the very center of this map,
Mhm.
right in the center of that ring. So, and you can hawk that thing. It does take a round to charge up, but it has a 10-foot radius.
Right.
So that's for Ryan. That's a 20-foot diameter. I know you're always asking, you're like, wait, radius is half?
So I'm gonna pull up my hand that's still empty, but as I pull it up, like I'm gonna shape my hand, and it's gonna the gun's gonna digitally materialize in my hand,
Nice.
and I'm gonna look over at Novus and go, "Take your side. Let's show these young ones something." And I'm gonna head on over. Oh, where is the measuring thing? Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, I would just, I guess, divide it into whatever the distance is. It should have been, so that would be like, yeah, 25.
Okay.
And you
So I
can
should do
move
the
it-
20.
Well, you can move twice that, essentially.
So I can go 50. Sorry.
You
how-
can
how
go,
far
yeah,
am I
remember these, yeah, I
100.
fucked
Yeah,
up
yeah.
on the grid, so you can go
Yeah,
100.
okay.
Yeah.
Just 100.
Yeah, you can go to
Yeah.
100.
100? Okay. All right. So I'm going to. Oh. Sprint over to. Yeah. 70. Okay. I'm gonna be looking around a little bit. I know you're here somewhere. And then
Who are you looking for, Ingrid?
Ingrid, yeah.
Okay.
That's partial cover for her though, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So that means you'll get disadvantage.
I'll get disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go from here, and I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna take a shot.
Okay, go for it.
Can I move after my attack too? Like
You
whatever
can,
I have
yeah,
left?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, so I'll shoot and then I'll move. And with disadvantage, will it ask me when I click the attack button?
I believe
what
so.
kind of roll?
I believe
Okay.
so. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there we go. Okay.
Has been man's dream, also his nightmare.
Oh, you hit. Okay, so tell me how this looks, V-Day. What does this awesome
So-
shot look like?
I do a full on like Tom Cruise sprint. I kind of skid to a halt, and I just see like the shoulder, like the fringes of her, like the tears in her jacket, like, and then I can see the arm. I'm like, there you are, and I like fire, and it looks like it's gonna be like a a gun energy blast, like something that's in reality, but then it comes out as like a white laser beam of light, because it's a very retro-y simulation.
Nice.
And it like flies over, and it kind of like blasts into some like digital squares, but like clearly she's not hurt, but like the squares are everywhere from the hit. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so Ingrid, you take 3 damage.
Got it.
All right. And so
I'd
did
like
you
to
want to move?
Yeah, so now I want to kind of go for broke here and take the last 30 to like. Can I do that range there, or do I have to go around the corner?
You want to go to the center there? Is that where you're marking? Right here?
I want to. Yeah, I want to use the rest of my movement. But
Yeah,
do I have
go
to go
for
around
it.
this and take? Okay. I could
Yeah.
do
Just
that.
go. Yeah, just whatever the distance said. Yeah, that would only be 3 more squares.
Okay. So yeah, now I'm kind of, I went to a halt, fired, and then I like lunge sprinted off, and I'm heading towards the middle.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Who would you like to go next, V-Day? I guess there's only one guy to go next.
Yeah, Novus.
That is
It's
Novus.
all you.
All right, Novus.
It's
What
all
do you
you.
want to do?
All right, so Novus is just a little shocked that he got shot at because he hasn't been shot at in a while because he kind of just woke up, from a couple decade nap. And so he's going to run to cover really quick.
All right.
And
So that's partial cover, just so you know.
okay.
Okay.
So I think I'd be able to see Ingrid from here.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
She's gonna have you're gonna have disadvantage on that shot because she is still behind that cover. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'm going to take a shot there.
And this is against our normal HP, right? Like our
Yeah.
living
Correct.
HP.
Yeah. Exactly.
So for it to be a risky attack, does it have to be like we describe what we're doing as like risky, or you just say it's like a risky attack?
You don't have to. I mean, you can narratively describe whatever you want, but you just need to declare it's a risky attack. Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be a risky attack because he's not quite in cover. He's standing over the cover to try and get a shot.
Okay. So the way this works, like I said, just in case you forgot, if you succeed, you get double damage. You get to roll 2 damage dice. But if you fail, she's gonna get a free shot at you.
Okay.
So.
A machine thinks just because it has rules built into it by man.
Okay, so you miss and gain a void point, and then just as this is happening, just as these digital cubes are exploding from V-Day's shot, Ingrid, you see your chance and you shoot at Novus, I'm guessing. Or I'll give you a free... Is it anybody? Or is it just... Let's see.
I assume the person that took the risk, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the targeted opponent. So yeah, Novus is going to be the guy.
It's gonna zip right across me as I'm like running forward.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and you have disadvantage too. So I need you to roll
Okay.
me another because he's behind partial cover. So why don't you roll me another d20? And if it's 12 or higher, you hit. Oh, wait, what?
Wait, 12. Oh, -2. -10? Wait. Guess so.
Oh man, yeah. Okay, so yeah, you miss. I forgot you have a -2 tech.
Straight through the head loop.
Woo! The head loop, man. That is all right. So, Novus, who would you like to go next? Anybody. It could be. It doesn't have to be on your team, but it seems like you'd go that way. But you can choose anybody you want.
I'm gonna go with V-Day.
All right,
Yeah.
V-Day, you're up.
I mean, I'm gonna take the sprint rest of the way. So it's right in the middle where that X is. Okay. So
Yep.
I'm running over to pick it up.
Okay, you got it. And what would you like to do next? And remember, it takes a round to recharge,
Right.
or to charge, not recharge.
Right. I think I'm gonna. Now, where I am now is Ingrid in full view, or is she still technically partial cover with the mechanics?
I would say she's probably in full view from you now. Yeah, I would say
Okay.
she's not behind full or partial cover.
Because I don't see anyone else. So I'm gonna toss it straight. Now
Remember, you
attacks-
you
Yeah.
have to activate it, so
Oh.
you have to hold on to it for a round.
Okay.
And so when it comes back to you again, you can toss it.
Do I have
You
to
can start to if you want. You just check it right at her.
Do I have to forego my like whatever action I take to do that, or is it?
No. You just hold on to it.
So I can like press the button and shoot my gun.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Heck
So I'm
yeah.
gonna get it ready for the next round. Like I'm gonna activate it, and then I'm gonna pull my arm over and fire again.
All right. Why don't you give me an attack roll, standard.
Damn.
Oh shit! Critical hit.
Holy
Hot
cannoli.
damn. All right, you got the 2d4 anyway. So presumably that takes you out, Ingrid, right?
Wait.
Are you blasted into pixel?
Wait. Doesn't it take a round to charge?
No, he shot you.
Oh,
I shot you.
He shot you
Yeah.
with a pistol. He's holding on to the grenade.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
All right, so how would you like her to explode into virtual debris, V-Day?
Okay. I do a bit of a. I'm wondering if it'll work, and I kind of like almost like I'm skating, turn my heels and like slide to grab the grenade, press the button, reach over, fire, and it gets her like dead in the chest, and it just kind of. It's no longer just white square pixels; it's just all red pixels, just like, and
Okay.
she dematerializes. Yeah.
All right, cool. Okay, so
I can move whatever else I have left
yeah,
to get
yeah,
out of
go
there,
for it.
right?
Yeah.
So I think that was like a 30. So we'll take. I'll try and get to. Oh, I can't go that far, but I can go about just before the cover. So
Okay. So once you move, who would you like to go next, V-Day?
it has to be someone that hasn't gone this round, right? So it's gonna.
It's
hop
either going
over
to
the
be
next-
Austin or Novus. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Austin.
Oh, look at that.
I gotta see where he is.
Yeah. All right, Austin.
Gotta know his location.
Just peeking around this corner, you saw Ingrid explode into a bunch of red pixels. So as V-Day just sprints across the arena, grabbing the grenade, you saw that as well.
Are we supposed to not have view of him right now? Because like I don't see him. At
Yeah,
all,
he's
so-
behind a wall, so you can't
Okay,
see him.
okay, okay.
There's these kind of like
Okay.
I made these little hallways on the sides too. So
Yeah,
those are
yeah,
covered,
they look
yeah.
cool. Okay.
What the hallways on the side, or is it like this? This here is like a hallway.
Well, yeah, it's like I mean, you can see with the you know the vision.
Gotcha.
You should be able to anyway.
Yeah, I'm
I'll show
gonna.
people on stream where you are hiding back here.
I am born with certain
Throw a bomb already?
but I think as I say I can think.
A little closer
Somebody got
comfort.
zapped. You're right,
Um,
McLinlock.
A machine that
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna peek out,
rules built into it by man.
and I guess I'll shoot the guy with the bomb.
Okay, yeah, he is in the open, so he is not behind cover whatsoever. So you can peek around that corner and take a shot at him.
Yeah, and I'm going to say fuck it. All right. And I will use a void point
Oh,
To give-
yeah, baby. Use those
to give
mechanics.
advantage. Yeah, because if I do a risky attack, he has a chance to shoot back. But if I use a void point for advantage, he doesn't have a chance to shoot me. I'm at risk for void corruption.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Cool.
Oh, you missed.
My pattern of really terrible rolls in
Possible
VTT
void
continues.
corruption. So
And I
roll
do
me a
avoid corruption.
d6.
I already
Oh, you
did.
did? You rolled a
Yeah.
1?
It rolled it automatically. Let's see. Roll 1d6 if the result is equal to or lower than the current amount of void points after the spend. Well, I would have 0 after
Oh,
the
you have
spend.
0. Okay, so it's not.
So I don't get void corruption because I have 0 points after the spend, right?
Correct.
So if I had 2 void points, so somehow I
Yes.
miss. on three rolls in a row. And then I'm gonna run my ass back.
Where are you gonna go? Down the
There.
hallway? Okay, you're gonna be camping out there. All right, who would you like to go next? I guess Novus is the last guy, right?
Yeah, no, this is it. Because my partner died.
All right.
Thanks,
Oh.
partner. Zap gun.
So Novus is gonna run to this cover. Oh, maybe not. There we go. And
Okay, that's your partial cover. Okay.
I will take a shot at Austin.
Oh yeah, let me show. I'll show the audience where he's hiding. He's hiding right here. So yeah, you got a straight shot at him.
Attack.
Just standard?
I guess I'll try to use a void point too, because that was pretty cool. We'll see what happens. So,
Hey, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
oh, I was just gonna ask. So if I use a void point and like, let's say we get a corruption in the simulation, that doesn't carry over to.
No. This is
Okay.
all non-fizz, man. It's all non-fizz.
All right.
All right, hey, FC in the chat, do blessings apply here? Yes, they would. So I totally forgot to mention that, guys. Sorry on the stream. So you'll notice these little triangles next to everybody's name. I have a red triangle. Everyone has a white triangle. Those are equivalent of blesses and banes. So if you would like to donate your XP or your bits, you can purchase a bless for anybody, or as many as you want to buy, or banes for me, and those will be an additional D4 on any kind of D20 roll, so an attack or ability check. So yes. Oh, there we go. Thank you for the bless, and that's going to Austin. Okay. Because he's only got one.
Yeah.
He's himself.
Yeah.
Let's see if
Much
he can
appreciated.
see if he can put his money
Thank you so
money where
much.
his mouth is.
Yeah. Well, FC's money where my mouth is. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so thank you for the donation. That should be updated on the overlay. All right, Novus, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
You missed, right? You haven't even gone yet. I'm sorry.
No, I have an attack.
Go for it. So why don't you roll me attack? Did you roll Did you roll risky or something?
I did a void point.
Okay, so you hit. So as you're standing there, you see, how does this happen, Novus? Tell us how you slide in place and fire off a shot at Austin.
So he's gonna be running towards that hallway, and as he's running, he kind of catches Austin out of the corner of his eye. So he's gonna kind of duck into cover, and while he does, he's just gonna, pot shot, and I guess it was a lucky shot.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you take that damage, and then who would you like to go next?
V-Day.
Okay. Vide, you're up, and guess what's charged? Your zap grenade.
Hell
It is
yeah.
just quivering with energy, virtual energy in your hand.
All right.
Are you rolling
So-
quiver in the chat, Ryan?
I'm absolutely rolling quiver in the chat. That's quite the quiver I got there too.
It's quite.
That is quite the quiver. Yep.
Okay.
Let me actually throw a grenade in your
inventory.
yeah,
Oh, there's
yeah.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. That'll be easier, so you can kind of figure out what you want to do.
Well, first I'm gonna try and see if I can spot them. So I'm probably gonna go right there. That's 40.
I am born with certain
Oh.
rules built into me.
Oh, it collides with the wall. That's interesting. Oh, I see. Never mind, my bad. Okay, so
Oh, I need to change the damage. It's 1d8 with a 10-foot radius.
Just because it has rules built into it by man.
Hey, McGlintlock, thank you for allowing this to be editable. That makes my life so much easier. You're still here. All right, there we go. Your grenade should be accurate damage-wise now.
okay, thank you.
Mhm.
All right, I finally see him. That was 80 feet. Yeah. So I throw the grenade
Okay.
right at him.
All right. So you
I,
chuck
I,
this
I,
thing.
I,
Where
I
do you
turn
want it?
around,
I guess where do you want it to land? You want it to land. Remember, it's got a 10-foot radius.
Yeah.
So you can call out like, I want to throw it here, or here, or whatever, or it can just throw it right at him.
I want to try and get it like next to him over here.
Okay.
Um,
And remember, it's reusable, so he can pick it up.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Just want to remind you.
I'm there just to. Now that we have the
damage?
advantage, I want to just throw everything I
Okay.
can at them.
Got
Yeah.
it.
So you turn the corner, see him immediately, and just react. Like I don't even think about him.
Okay.
Like there it is.
Awesome.
And toss.
All right. Toss this grenade. Let's see what happens.
Okay. Ooh,
And that's
yeah.
actually a. It should auto-calculate it, but it is not a. Yeah, if you just hit attack, it should auto-calculate. You have one of three.
It's a normal roll, right?
Yeah, standard roll.
Okay.
Hey, Rogue Singer, what's up?
Ooh.
Oh!
Ooh.
Hit! 6
Aight.
damage.
It really teetered on that one for a second.
Yeah.
Woo! Okay, does that blast you away, or are you still hanging on, Austin?
Oh, I'm blasted.
Okay, V-Day, how does this this zap grenade take out Austin?
Well, it was blinking. It's funny because when it's blinking, it actually, because of the nature of the graphics, it actually like disappears from your hand and comes back in. It does no little light on it, so it just like blink, blink in and out of your like hand. And so when I'm throwing it, it's also flashing and it's just quickening and it almost looks like a strobe light. And it lands just as the timer like expires, and it's just a white light, and he's gone.
Nice. Okay.
A thinking machine.
I look back at Novus and I go, "We still got it."
I wonder if this is going to breed any kind of rivalry in the physical world. We'll see. So that is the end of the round. We have the winners of Novus and V-Day. Do you guys want to do another round, or are you good? Do you guys think you have a good handle on the mechanics and stuff? Or do you want a rematch? Totally up to you.
It's up to, I think it's up to Grid. You want a rematch? Well, if we do a rematch and win, then we got to do a rubber match, and then our entire session is just zap gun. So it's really up to you, GM, what you want to do.
I'll tell you what. We'll take a break.
Play a third match.
Yeah, we're gonna take a break. It's right break time. You guys can think about if you'd like to continue or get back to the adventure. But everybody on the chat and on the stream, thank you for hanging out with us to check out this new game. And we will be back in about 10 minutes. See you soon. All right, everybody, welcome back to Death in Space. Ryan was playing with some snap.
No
snap
countdown. No, I was gonna
Sorry,
turn it
no,
off.
no, no. So we just ran a session of Zap Gun, designed by McGlintlock, the one and only. So thank you for that, and installed by McGlintlock on this shuttle here. So you guys lost, Austin and Ingrid, unfortunately, in the Zap Gun. So V-Day and Novus dominated that round. However, there may be a chance for others. So you guys take off your visors. They retract back into the ceiling. You're rubbing your eyes as reality just kind of comes back into focus. And Ingrid, you notice something. So Callisto is sitting there at your feet, and there's a tortoise. And they're just kind of nose to nose, checking each other out. And then the pilot, he turns around and he says, "It looks like your girl there made a friend, huh? Get back over here, Leon. Get back over here, Leon." And you notice that he has a crate next to him, and one of the walls is like, it's fallen down like a drawbridge almost. And you can see now that there's sand inside, and some of that sand is trailing out along the floor, and it appears as if this tortoise has been making its way around the interior and scattering the sand everywhere.
I was gonna ask why he had sand all over here.
Yeah, he gets around, when I don't have anybody to shuttle around.
How quaint.
Yeah, I found him a ways out on a planet hot as hell, and he was on his back. He's just struggling, and I realized I was the only one there to rescue him, so I picked him up. And what I noticed is, you take a look there, and you guys, for some reason, didn't quite notice it. You're just getting your bearings. You're back in reality. Everything's coming back into focus, and you notice this tortoise on its shell has this armor almost. It's like a plate of armor on the back of its shell, with all these kind of weird shapes, and it's kind of rusted, kind of broken and dented in parts. And the pilot just shrugs, and he's like, I have no idea, but let me just say I keep him close to my heart. Get over here, Leon. And obviously the tortoise does not listen, so the pilot gets up. He presses some buttons on the console, presumably putting in autopilot, and he gets up, and he's a very large man. He's wearing a flak jacket. He has these just bulging arms, very calloused hands, and like I said, as he approaches you, the harsh overhead light casts his face into harsh shadows, and he has a pocked skin, scars everywhere. Like I said, definitely been through something. And he's got to kind of duck down a little bit. He's really tall too, and so he kneels down, picks the tortoise up, and he scratches Callisto on the head, and then returns back to his seat, putting Leon, the tortoise, back in the crate here.
I have sorry.
Go on. That's okay.
I have a material analyzer. Can I analyze the sand?
Oh, look at that. Why not?
Unless there's like only a few uses, in which case I won't.
No, I mean, unless it says otherwise.
No, it just says it takes up a slot.
Okay, so you can analyze this material. I guess, let's see. So a material analyzer, to me, I would think you can know maybe what it is, maybe not where it came from. But I will tell you, if you want to roll me a tech check, and you succeed at the tech check, I will allow you to know where this sand may have come from. How about that?
Okay, fine.
Okay, unfortunately you did not. And you do gain a void point, a real one. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell everybody, make sure to, if you gained any void points in the zap gun round, just remove those, as well as the zap guns and stuff, because you're in reality again. So you try to analyze this sample, and it scans it, and it identifies it as organic sand. That's all you get out of it.
I want to look around the shuttle. Is there anything, does it look messy? Does it look like there's like kind of some junk in the corner or anything that, I don't know.
Yeah, there's
around.
Yeah, there's no like there's junk in terms of like there looks like there's wrappers and papers and like plastic things, like people have maybe had some snacks and just tossed them and kicked them under. The ground is kind of like a little sticky, like in a theater. Somebody spilled soda down. This entire thing is not very clean. And behind you, like I said, is a wall that is dividing a rear compartment, and there is a small door on the front of that.
Do we know how big this shuttle is? Like, is that door like leading to space, or is that leading to another part of the ship?
Well, because you do hear rattling on the other side of the wall, it appears as if it's probably a cargo container. So it's not like an airlock or anything like that. Because you do remember when you boarded this shuttle, the airlock it attaches to the side of the shuttle, and you guys get off. You get off that way.
I want to go up to the pilot and I'm just kind of lean in, ask him, is any of the cargo headed in this direction as well, or do you have another stop after us?
Oh, other stops. You're my only cargo for this run.
And tell me, is there any cargo that I don't know, that you let loose or part with along the way sometimes? I'm not looking for anything too big, but
a broad grin just spreads across his face. You want to purchase something by chance?
Well, I mean, I did quite well in that sim. Unfortunately, I don't have the same things that sim provides. And I'm not saying I need something too expensive, but I'm not saying I'm completely poor either. I'm just wondering what your generous prices are.
Well, I've been quite a few places and acquired quite a few things, so I may have something. What is it you're looking for?
Well, depending on the price, either something I can use hand to hand or something I can use to shoot with that's concealable.
All right, let me take a look. And he kind of reaches over to his left side and starts rummaging around through something. You can't quite see over him. His back is completely occluding your view. And you hear the clanking of some things. He's moving around, the shuffling of some things. He's like, yeah, I got a couple things here. And he holds up this knife. It has a strange blade to it. Dark metal. I got this here for hand to hand. And then he brings up another revolver. But it doesn't look like it looks like it may have some properties of the way it looks is how do I explain this? It looks higher tech, I guess. There's something about it that doesn't look quite as rudimentary as a standard pistol.
Right.
He says, well, that's about all I got other than, what I carry myself.
And how much would it be to part with one of those?
Well, I do appreciate your performance in the arena. You did quite well, so
thank you.
I'll tell you what. For this here dirk, I'll let you have it for 20 hollows. And for the pistol, I could not part with this for any less than 50.
No way to part with the knife for 15?
Why don't you give me a savvy roll? Let's see if you can talk your way.
I have good savvy.
You have good savvy? Okay.
That's my best stat. So.
Okay.
Let's see. And I just click savvy, right? Nothing else? Okay.
Yeah, just hit savvy. It should be a standard roll of a DR12.
Okay. Damn.
Oh, dang. Not only do you get it for 15, you get it for 10.
Hell. Okay.
So
perfect.
He tells you, I will take this, for 10 hollows. Does it sound like a deal to you?
spectacular. Thank you very much.
Oh no, thank you. And then as you guys are finishing up your conversation and your exchange, you see some of the instruments on his console start bleeping.
Hmm.
Well, look like we made it just in time.
I'll tap like the large pauldron or whatever he's got in terms of armor and be like, I'll leave you to it then. And I go back to my seat and buckle up. What sort of thing should I put in my inventory for that?
You can put, I think it's just melee weapon.
Okay. Melee combat weapon?
Melee combat. Just drop that in there, and you can rename it to dirk or dagger or whatever you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So you can definitely edit the title so it's not going to be generic.
Yeah.
All right. As the shuttle kind of starts veering toward a structure, you guys can see it kind of blurred throughout the windows, and V-Day, you take your seat with the rest of them. There's a little bit of turbulence. Whatever is in the back, whatever cargo he is carrying is rattling even more furiously. And as he banks to the right, you see just the reflection of the sun on the moon in RO, and you're kind of blinded a moment. And then right at that second, you feel just a jolt as what it seems to be the shuttle attaching to an airlock. So you guys collect yourselves. He presses some buttons. You hear a decompression. You hear a psh on the side. And the door you entered on the side of the shuttle opens into a hallway. It's as gritty as the interior of the shuttle. There's water trailed on the floor. There's even mud. And there's lights flickering overhead. Well, looks like we made it safe and sound. Welcome to Aurum 80. And he kind of holds his hand out in greeting toward the airlock.
Do we need to pay him for this trip?
No.
Okay.
It's already been arranged. Yeah, everything's arranged.
We step
Do
out.
we so this has been docked to another ship or a station, sorry.
The Aurum 80. So yeah, it's like
okay.
it's a station
Station.
dock. It's part of the Iron Ring.
Okay.
So again, like the Iron Ring
Oh,
is just
okay.
all of these spacecraft and rigs and all kinds of things just cobbled together. So that is where you are. The Aurum is, as I believe, it's a larger sector, and this is specifically Aurum 80.
Oh yeah.
This is where
Look,
your spacecraft is allegedly the one you guys paid for.
I peek out the ramp and look and go, home sweet home.
Okay. So as you peek out, you do also see sort of worn paint up on the wall, up on the ceiling. And it reads Aurum 80. And it says Dock 10. Or Airlock 10, sorry. Well, I have some things to do. I got some other runs to make, some cargo to drop off. So if you would kindly vacate the vehicle.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay.
good flying. And
All right.
just give him another tap on the shoulder before I head out.
All right. As you guys step over the airlock, go back into this tunnel. He's like, wait. Hang on 1 minute here. And he kind of stands up. He gets out of his seat. He approaches you guys, and he holds something out to you, V-Day. He says, "You know, I like you guys. I see something in you, and I may have a copy of this here zap gun, so when you get your spacecraft, you should be able to install this. Here you go.
Wonderful.
Free of charge.
Thank you. That's
All right, so he hands
Quite
over the
kind.
module to you, and he gives you the old "see you later" salute, and gets back in his seat. The airlock door slams down. You hear psh, and then you, through the window, you see the shuttle just kind of bank out into the void of space.
I walk up behind V-Day and I like clap an arm on the shoulder. I'm like, you know what that means, don't you? That's a fucking
means I-
rematch.
yes, I get to beat you again. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
And
Sorry, go ahead.
and I see this shuttle like fly off. I go, that's probably the last pleasant chap we're gonna run into around here. So stay frosty, friends.
Okay, I am moving your guys' tokens now.
Speaking of frosty, anybody else want a cold one? Because every good adventure starts in a tavern. Might as well fucking find one, right?
We'll see. So, Jess, I'm going to. Oh man, I need to change your names again. Why does it keep doing that? Let me change your names really quick, guys. Sorry. So, do you guys want to? Are you doing anything while you're in this this tunnel leading to another airlock?
Walking out, I guess.
All right.
Are there any consoles along this walkway, or is it just basically a transit walkway to get from A to B?
It's a transit
Okay.
walkway. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anyone walking along this, or is it pretty empty?
Completely empty. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm going to not put Callisto, just for the sake of you not having to move 2 tokens. But if you ever want to use Callisto, let me know and I can drop her token.
Okay.
Okay. So let us activate this. Hang on, I gotta delete another token. So you guys step through this airlock, and immediately you're assaulted by this. It's like such a contrast of these bright lights in the ceiling. They're hanging down from these chains. The floor is just dripping. There's water dripping from the ceiling. The entire floor, there's puddles everywhere. And this is kind of what you guys see here. So I shared the image with you.
Ooh.
So as you guys step in, again, chains are hanging from this high ceiling. There's lights just kind of flickering, dangling from them. Water's dripping everywhere. There's puddles. There's scaffolding. There's all of these shipping containers and things like that. It is just a shanty town, like a labyrinth shanty town, essentially. And you see some people milling about. You see some people come out from the shadows and look at you, like with their hands visored over their eyes, squinting at you, kind of taking stock of you. But yeah, that is what you see. And you also see on the floor, there's like lots of letters, but they're all smudged and scratched up. They almost look like they're for a different purpose, or had a different purpose at one time. And you hear the sound of talking, you're chattering, you hear metal grinding, you hear just the clank of tools, you hear laughter, you hear just the hiss of air, you hear things smacking up against the side of this RM-80 as if there's more shuttles are showing up.
Do we know what direction we're going to find this thing, or are we just kind of left to figure it out?
Yeah, you do not know where airlock 13C is, but you do know that is where it's docked. So as you guys are standing here, who's in the front? Who's in the lead? Who walked out into this this docking bay first?
Probably me.
Probably you. Okay. So as you're standing there, getting your bearings, just kind of wiping the filthy water that's dripping from the ceiling off your face, this this figure kind of leaps out of the shadows as you, and he's kind of twitching, and he looks right at you, Austin. He's like, "Hey man, got some nice non-fizz for you. Just follow me, buddy. Follow me. I can tell. I can see it on your face. Look right there." And he points up at your face and kind of traces a line around where your eyes are. And then as he's doing this, the rest of you look at Austin, and you can see, just like you probably all have, an impression of a headset around your eyes. Come on, man. What do you say? Got the best stuff in here. You're not going to find anything better, man. Come on.
I casually just have one hand behind my back, kind of, reaching for the back of my belt. Said, you know what? I might be interested in some non-fizz there, bud. If you tell me where are we going? Where are we going again?
13C. 13C.
Where's airlock 13C?
Oh, it's right over there, man. Right over there. Check it out. And he points in a direction, and it's just shadow and light and scaffolding and just shipping containers and stuff. But at least he pointed in a certain direction. Man, all the airlocks are against the walls, man. So you'll find it. Just keep going, all right? Anyway, come on, follow me. I'll get you that. Oh, I'll get you so good, man. You'll see things you've never seen before.
You know what? I'm good, but how about the rest of y'all?
I'd prefer we look over the ship.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. No pressure, man. No pressure. I'll find you later. And he kind of walks off. Disappears into the shadows, and you guys are left alone.
I pull out from my opened uniform jacket, and I clip this sort of onto the epaulette of it. It's kind of mechanical, hodgepodgey looking thing, but it looks kind of official too. But it's a flashlight. I don't turn it on yet, but
Okay.
Do you think we should trust that direction that he gave us? Or I'm not familiar with this section of the ring.
I reach into my outfit is kind of like an old uniform. It's beaten, battered. Anywhere that used to have like a badge or like an indicator has kind of been like torn off and patched up, but it still has like a military kind of look to it. And I reach into that and I pull out an incredibly similar flashlight.
Oh.
Yeah. But this one has not been modified for a shoulder type situation, so I just hold on to it. And I say, it's the most direction we have right now, I guess.
Is that right?
Yeah, so he pointed east. So this way, southeast.
Okay.
So feel free to move your tokens wherever you want, whenever you want. So as you guys are making your way, like I said, you're passing all these shipping containers, and you can see them just stacked high to the near the ceiling, and people are kind of looking down at you. So you can tell that it's very, they're being habitated, living quarters, sleeping quarters. You see other guys, they look like merchants, kind of perk up as you walk by. They have tables out. There's weapons out there. There's supplies. There's all kinds of things. There's also guys lounging in these hammocks that are crossing between all of these narrow alleyways.
I wouldn't mind getting a weapon.
I mean, if you handle it like you handled a zap gun, I don't know if that's the best idea.
You're not being very polite.
No, we are quite fast. So, give us some credit. It's tough to compete with experience.
Yeah, so you guys keep making your way around just random crates and stacks of things. You hear the grinding of metal and sparks flying as things are being repaired. In fact, as you make your way through this maze of stuff, you just see a lot of things being fixed. You can tell that this is probably the place to go if you would like things to be repaired. But you continue.
I mean, if you want to get some type of weapon, it sounds like, or it looks like this is the place to get it. So what's your thinking there, Grid?
I'm not sure. I'd like to see what they have to offer.
I mean, are we trying to save our hollows for this ship, or are we trying to gear up?
I imagine
Do we
the
even know
repairs are
what-
going to be expensive.
Yeah, weapons are not cheap in this game.
Unless you're getting sweet talk of Turtle Man, apparently.
Apparently.
Indeed.
It's a different kind of accent, It really helps, because this one ain't always helpful, if you know what I'm saying. But that one, it sounds what's the word? It sounds high class, is what it is,
Yeah.
Well, if you do see something you like, let me know. Perhaps I can help talk them down. Is this also somewhere where we would see, be able to get batteries as well?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, you could look around and see if you can
Yeah.
find somebody if you'd like
Find
to
a
find a battery.
hodgepodge.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, like I
That's
said, this
something.
place is
Yeah.
just teeming with people repairing things, selling certain wares. It's just everywhere you look, you're kind of startled by somebody standing there or somebody, shadows moving. But again,
Right.
there's just this persistent, dripping water falling from the ceiling.
Can we is there anyone that looks kind of veteran-y?
Veteran-y?
Yeah,
Yeah, what?
maybe bits old uniform, maybe missing a piece or two.
Yeah, why don't you
Like-
roll me a savvy check and let's see if you can spot somebody who might look military, ex-military. Maybe
Yeah,
fought
no,
in a gym war.
Yeah, they're all them void points to me. Terrible rolls. All right, here we go.
Well, yeah, just think when you fail, yeah, you get a void point.
Yeah. Yay, void points. So I can just click savvy, right? And
Yeah,
don't use
just
the
click
void point.
savvy, standard, yeah.
And I roll, and I get a minus, which means I probably. Oh no!
You
Oh,
succeeded.
I got a 0 to savvy. I am just
Nice.
absolutely normal at savvy.
So
Yeah.
you spot a guy. He's hunched over this this bench, and he seems like he's working on something. But you spot a patch on his shoulder. It's barely faded. It's completely faded. It's peeling off of his shoulder, and you recognize it as military. Somebody who has potentially either, found that jacket, stolen the jacket, or maybe it's his own jacket. Either way, you recognize it as some kind of faction.
Then as we're walking, I want to go up to that guy and just kind of impact. Is he? What did you say, was a merchant, or he's repairing something, or?
Yeah, it looks like he's repairing something. You see sparks flying, and he's got a mask over. He's wearing a welder's mask.
Gotcha. I want to go just kind of saunter
Okay.
over,
You saunter.
thumbs in the belt loops, kind of just a little subtle, walk up and just be like, hey friend, and just kind of at least make it obvious on my outfit's kind of a little bit, we have.
You're puffing up a little bit.
No, just
Like-
that like clearly this is kind of like ex-military too, and I see he's got like a patch that might be a thing, and it's just kind of like, do we have this camaraderie kind of situation? And if he like raises his visor or anything and looks at me, I'm just gonna ask him, just like, hey, where are we going again?
13C.
13C.
You
Airlock 13C.
know where airlock 13C is? We're just trying to get a direction that's not from a fizz head tweaker or something.
Yeah, it's right over there. And he points in the direction. He's like, just over yonder after the shipping container. Just one more to go, and you're good. You're there, man. Yeah, I like your jacket.
Hey, you also got a nice jacket. Is that you've had that for a while?
Yeah, one might say more than 10 years.
I hear you on that one. And I just kind of like pull my sleeves up a little bit, and you can at least see probably 1 or 2 bullet holes just kind of in my flesh bag I'm wearing. Just subtly, like nothing, like I'm not trying to like show it off, but it's just kind of more like just like putting them up, getting them out of the way and stuff. Just like kind of subtly making it obvious that I get it. Like, so.
Okay.
Well, I appreciate the directions there, friend.
Hey, anytime.
What kind of stuff you repair here?
Oh, anything. I'm quite handy at my craft. Weaponry, machinery, spacecraft parts, whatever you need, man. I learned all the trades. Did a lot of time out there. What'd you say?
I say, what's your name there, friend?
Oh, they call me FaZe.
FaZe. All right, FaZe. Hey, listen, we're looking probably to get something repaired. I'm actually taking a note. Look at that, guys.
Holy shit.
No.
Ryan's taking a note.
Save.
13C.
We might be. I don't need that one. I just need this guy. We might be looking to get something repaired sooner than later. Do you think we head back this direction? You might be available.
Yeah, man. Just come hit me up. We'll talk about it.
All right, I appreciate that.
I can't promise I can get to it right away, but you can see it. He kind of shows a bunch of like a lineup of things that he's working on.
Gotcha.
But a man like you, I can see we have something in common. So maybe I could bump you up on the line. We'll see.
Yeah, no, brothers in arms gotta stick together, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate the directions, and you have a good day, sir. We're gonna get on out.
Yeah, in one motion, he kind of flicks his hand and then flicks the visor back down and gets back to work. Picking up sparks once again. So, are you guys just continuing heading that direction?
Yeah, you said that's way to 27, whatever, where we're going.
Right.
Was it in the same direction that Fizz Boy was pointing to? Oh, look, it's even on the map. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
This is what I say to the group.
So, you guys approach this, but outside is a pile of junk everywhere. You can see above this airlock, spray painted, stenciled up there. It says, indeed, airlock 13C. But it is just completely covered. The airlock itself is just covered with crates, boxes, garbage, tarps, all kinds of manner of things. It's like a mountain of just junk.
Oops.
Does it seem like there might be something useful in the junk or no?
No, I mean it's all, I mean, maybe you might find maybe a component, who knows.
Also, did
you want to start?
Ingrid, did you do, is there any shopping you wanted to do before we headed out?
No, we can check the condition of the ship first if you like.
Okay.
might know somebody who can sell you a weapon as well. Because Novus, being long-lived, has an old and useful contact in every port.
Oh, look at that.
Hey.
How
So-
convenient.
So I'm not sure if I get to make up who that contact is.
You
or if
do.
would like...
You can make up who
Ooh.
that contact is. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so black market dealer. But yeah, so yeah, I have a contact. We might be able to see if he's still here after we check the condition of the ship.
Wow, that would be great. Thank you.
Let's just hope he remembers me.
Oh, how could he forget a face like that?
I think we need to. Oh, no, everyone's seen it, I guess. I don't need to blow the token up. So yeah, you guys are standing in front of just this pile of junk, trash, debris, you name it, just pushed up against the wall where airlock 13C is.
Sorry, were you gonna say something?
Me? No.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I think I want to. Seeing there's some junk around here, just take a closer look. Maybe kick around a few things, see if there's anything interesting.
Yeah. Why
come
don't you
across.
why don't you roll me a savvy check?
Okay.
I'm gonna make it a DR 14 though, to see if maybe you spot anything that might be useful in this
Right.
pile of trash.
Savvy. Okay. Regular.
Yeah.
Mm, Okay.
Just standard, but just make sure the DR is at 14.
Ooh.
Oh, but you got 12, so the DR is 14. So you're pushing some stuff away. You find some cloth tarps. You get some oil on your hands, and as you're doing this, some of the junk starts to move, and it starts to roll down the hill. And somebody steps out of the junk. And he's covered in as much filth, as much oil, as everything else around here. And he shakes his finger at you. What are you doing? Get out of here. I'm a veteran. I don't deserve this.
I simply tripped.
This
I'm
is my
very
home.
Sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
do
I completely disengaged from it.
And
I
the
apologize.
guy's really short, really frail. He has like a permanent hunch, as if he's been holding this pile of shit on his back for years. But he kind of steps forward. He's continually, Danny DeVito, shaking his finger at you. Yeah, get back. That's what I thought.
Absolutely, I'm terribly sorry. We're gonna move on. Yeah, and I'm just trying to make my way around to get to the airlock.
Whoa. This is all my home, man. What are you doing here?
No,
You can't just walk over my shit. This is all mine, man.
We're not going to touch it. We're getting around it to get to airlock 13C. That's all. We'll leave you alone after that.
There is no around it, man. Can't you see? And he kind of points, and he actually takes. Where's your flashlight? It's on your shoulder.
I haven't turned it on yet, so
You haven't
I just
turned it
have
on?
it on my shoulder. No. Yeah,
Okay.
It's just on my shoulder though. It's mounted there. It's like.
So he actually reaches up on your shoulder and like flicks it on and blasts light at it, and you do see, in fact, that this debris, this pile of rubble, essentially, leads all the way up to the wall, all the way up to the airlock. Come on, man! You see that? All mine. I'll tell you what.
Okay.
I'm a reasonable man. Reasonable as any as you'll find in this entire piece of shit we call RM80. You give me one hollow each of you, and he points to each one of you, and I just might let you pass. What do you say?
How about 2 hollows total? On me, the one that wronged you. They have nothing to do with what I did.
Whoever passes, man. whoever passes. So if you're just going through here, I'll take your 2 hollows gladly, but they're going to stay put. And don't think I won't call the muscle on you.
Who's the muscle?
I know guys, okay? I know guys. Big guys. Way bigger than even you. And he points to you, Austin.
I suppose that's a reasonable offer. 1 hollow each.
That's what I said.
I look back to everyone else.
How about half a hollow each?
Half a hollow? Where are you from? You can't break these things in half. God. No. The answer is no.
Hey, listen, wait. Fair. Listen.
Wait. Big fella. Wait. I'll tell you what, pretty girl. I'll take a kiss instead of a hollow. And he licks his lips, and you can see he's got a very sparse beard. It's smudged. You can just see the whites of his eyes. Essentially, his face is just covered in grease and stuff. How about that?
That seems pretty fair. Callie, go give kisses.
No. I don't want your fucking dog.
You just said a
You pretty lady.
kiss.
Come on. Or you can give me a hollow. I'll take that. Probably better than your kiss anyway.
Wow. I guess I'll give you a hollow.
All right then. He holds out his hand.
I give 1.
Okay. You guys all give him one?
Actually, who has the least? How many does everyone have?
I have 23.
Oh, you got 23. That's not bad.
Not bad.
17.
Hey.
Oh, we got us a raid. Welcome, raiders. I didn't get the sound effect, so I didn't hear it, but we are clearly playing Death in Space. This is we are kicking off our campaign, playing the intro adventure in the book. Welcome to the ring. So, thank you for stopping by. The players have they just acquired a spacecraft. However, it is accruing a debt of 500 hollows. It also doesn't work. It also needs fuel. So they just arrived on a shuttle to this docking bay where they're attempting to retrieve it, and they are in the middle of conversing with what appears to be a man with no home. Well, he actually has a home. It's just a pile of crap. So he's asking for a hollow each to pass through.
I think I'll oh jeez, I gotta close this sheet. I'll spot Novus and I'll give 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got Vide, Novus, Ingrid. What are you doing, Austin?
Yes, I'll slap a hollow in his hand. Yeah, little, just loud enough to really cause a thing, but maybe just a little bit.
All right.
And I'm gonna clap him on the shoulder when I do, just a little bit hard, and say, we really do appreciate your service. You know, this is the least we can offer you.
Okay, so he clearly buckles under the force of your clap. He's kind of giggling to himself as he disappears into the shadows.
So you guys, all the shit. No.
Yeah, you guys are now faced with what he called was his home. Pile of, like I said, crates, boxes. They can all be moved. They can all be shifted. There doesn't look like anything that is, unable to be moved.
Okay.
I want to move the opposite of what I just said. Not wreck it at all. Like this is the guy's home. We're not gonna fuck it up. I mean, there's plenty of people that I know from 10 years ago that don't really have homes right now. So if we can just move like the bare minimum and just kind of like shift it out of the way.
Sure. I
just so
mean,
we can get through.
Yeah, as you guys kind of crouch down to his eye level and stuff, you do see that there is a visible path of sorts, almost like a kid who made a fort with a bunch of boxes. So you can definitely move your way through it. And then once you guys get to the end, you kind of push some a little bit aside to give yourselves all enough room to stand back there by the airlock. And you do indeed see airlock 13C standing there, grease, grime, rust running along the edges of this thing. But there is a gently pulsing light next to it. It appears to be the way to open it.
Is it a button? Is there more like console type things there, or is it just a light?
It's just a light with a button on it, yeah. Or well, I mean, the light is the button.
Okay. I already I just have like one hand on my knife.
Okay.
That's in my jacket. I look over my shoulder and at everyone, and I slowly press the button.
Okay. So you press the button, and you hear this whirring sound. It increases in volume. It gets louder and louder and louder. And you can see the airlock struggling to open. Some of the rust is flaking down from the edges. And finally, it opens and like judders away. And what faces you is a very dimly lit corridor, very similar to the one you entered here from when you exited the shuttle. But there's only one light. It's about in the middle of the hallway, and it's very dim, so it's mostly black.
Does the flashlight reveal anything else?
Oh yeah,
besides
your
more
flashlight's
corridor?
on. Yeah, your flashlight's on. So yeah, you kind of wave the flashlight around, and you see nothing or no one at all. It's an empty corridor leading to another door at the far end.
And do I clearly see the walls on either side, or no?
You mean your left and right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's a corridor, so it's a
Okay,
relatively narrow. It's about
Okay.
maybe.
I wasn't sure if it was wider than what we'd been in before. or
No,
anything.
it's anywhere
Okay.
from like about 10 feet wide, I guess.
Okay. Let's tread carefully.
Okay.
Just yeah.
So you
We're going
guys
on.
are you guys all making your way down there? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you guys make it to the other end, and there is another glowing button on this airlock. This airlock, however, it looks like it hasn't been used in a very long time. There's dust all over the walls, all over the door itself, all over the ground, but it doesn't have that same rusted quality as the one you entered.
More button pressing.
Hit the button pusher.
All
Let's
right.
do it. I
All
press
right.
the button.
You press the button, and with a wheeze, these doors open slowly. And you go inside. The beam of your flashlight plays across what you recognize as a spacecraft. So this, in fact, is the spacecraft you guys purchased. So why don't you guys tell me about this spacecraft? What does it look like on the inside? I know when we did character creation, we rolled some quirks and some descriptors and stuff like that. So the one thing about this game is like I said, it's a collaborative kind of process. So specifically with the spacecraft, so it's totally up to you guys, however you want it to look on the outside, on the inside. So why don't you tell me about this thing?
Well, we rolled up hub creation stuff, right?
Yeah.
I
You want to just read off the sheet?
remember. Well, just to start, we could always just kind of use it because wasn't it the home of some punk rockers or
yeah,
something?
yeah. Basically, the background was, and again, like I said, none of this was set in stone, so you guys can modify it as you see fit. But what you guys rolled for the background was, for as long as anyone can remember, the spacecraft has been docked to the Iron Ring in the home of an old group of punks who were recently forcibly removed. And the quirk of this thing is some kind of signal is emitted by the communication system and over the speakers with a certain periodicity. And in fact, you do hear that. You do hear, like, in the far recesses of this ship, you hear a very faint sound. Kind of sounds like static, kind of sounds like garbled speech, and then it's gone. But why don't you guys describe, as you guys walk into this spacecraft, you know it was owned by punks, you know these punks have been evicted. What does this thing look like?
I imagine at least some spray paint or something on the outside, like this machine kills fascists or something. And at least in this game, the punks have the possibility of a green thumb, right? So what if there's some, like, I mean, if they were just evicted, maybe they're still living plants inside, but if not, maybe some like maybe a bunch of dead plants, maybe one or two that are, like, snake plant can just go and go is all I'm saying. I didn't water mine for like a month and a half and it's fine. So that's, I mean, but that's what strikes me kind of in game is definitely a little bit of spray paint, a little bit of greenery.
Definitely a snake plant.
Definitely a snake plant.
Has to be a snake plant.
I'll say, yeah, of course. You guys have a snake plant. Maybe there's other plants in there that are withered, dead completely. What about any other guys want to add any more color to it? Or are you cool with just keeping it simple for now and developing it over time? It's up to you.
I'd imagine it's got like probably mismatching parts on it. Like if you've ever seen like a Honda that has like a hood that's not a Honda hood, you know, something like that.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
I think
what does it smell like in here, guys? Tell me what it smells like.
Oh,
I mean, it smells like ass. We all know that. I mean, come on.
It smells like it smells like a sidewalk that has too much street bubble gum on it. That's what it smells like. Yeah, it's gross.
Maybe
sweet.
Just
that's
a
sweet,
hint.
rancid.
Yeah. Just a hint of sweet, like rotting, like plants and like a little bit of like just BO.
Okay.
And I think
dirty
whatever
fucking punk hippies.
Whatever area, whatever areas was the cargo area, still has like old, smashed open cargo container boxes and a few like just like scraps of pieces of metal. It looked like they turned the cargo area into some sort of like repair shop, and then but everything's been taken basically or salvaged since then.
Yeah. So basically, just to give you an idea, the locations any kind of generic spacecraft has is a command center. So it's the bridge and stuff. Crew quarters where you guys would sleep. There's a life support system that generates oxygen and heating and water and stuff. Then there's a mess hall, but that's it. It's pretty simple. You guys, if you'd like to in the future, if you guys survive, you can always upgrade this thing with different modules. You can even upgrade it beyond what the allocated, I believe it's, how many can you have in the beginning? Let me see here. 3, wait. The sum of the power cost for all modules must be less than the power's output power. So you guys can have purchase up to 3. There are ways to expand that beyond 3 down the road, but that's for all down the road. Right now, you guys need to pay off the debt. You need to repair this thing. It's in terrible shape, and you need fuel. So as you guys are standing here looking at the spray paint, the dead plants, the one alive snake plant, You hear footsteps behind you.
I think maybe you rush to either the mess or the cockpit where it might be necking. I don't know.
So you guys want to run into the ship and hide?
Oh, we haven't gone
So
in yet.
I would
to
assume
explore,
like
okay.
you guys are sort of just, you stepped in and you're just like at the entryway, whatever it might be, and you're looking
Okay.
around.
Foyer.
The foyer.
Yeah.
The foyer of this fancy vessel. So you guys are standing there. You hear footsteps. It sounds like more than two. Sounds like a pair of individuals.
Stay on the inside of the ship, but at the entrance, like keeping a bar on the door, basically.
I want to do, because my guy's tall, right?
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
it's not real life, so I
tall
get
is
to
your
be
guy
tall.
about?
Like 6'4", like
Okay,
like
so
tall,
pretty
just tall
damn
guy.
tall. Okay.
And I would like to actually just kind of go to the entranceway. Probably, I mean, it's not. This isn't a big ship, and it's ships. It's space. Things are small. It's just a submarine in space, right? So it's a relatively small. So I want to again put my hand in like the back of my pants and have a grip on my pistol.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say something else. Okay, keep going.
And I want to do like the thing where you kind of like put one hand on the door frame and kind of lean out the door a little bit, and it's like real casually, just like get a look, but one hand behind my back, like I said, hand on the pistol, and just kind of and like stretch out it and just take a peek at what's going on here.
Okay, so you see two figures walking toward you. One is shorter, one is slighter than the other. They both look male. The one in the back is a big dude. He's about as big as the pilot was. Broad shoulder. You can see it looks like his head just connects to his shoulders, like just a big wedge head. And anyway, they pass under the light, and you briefly see them, and they're back in darkness again. Vide, are you illuminating with a flashlight or Austin? Anything?
I'm in the ship, and he's in the doorway, so I'm behind him or something like that.
So they turn to silhouette as they pass under the light. They pass beyond the light, Austin, and they stop in front of you. And the shorter one, the shorter slider one, he kind of puts his hands on his hips, and he says, "Ah, she's a beauty, no? Where's my fucking money?" And I think that's where we're going to end tonight's session, everybody. But before we go, let's see if we got any experience points for these fellows here. So the way experience works in this game is you ask a series of questions to each person, well, collectively. And for every yes response I get, they get an experience point, and they can trade in those experience points for various things. So let me flip to the page really quick. Unless you have it handy, Ryan.
I do.
Oh, you
Page
do.
60. Yep.
Page 60. Thank you. All right, so advancement.
Look how good bookmarks and hyperlinks. Seriously, this fucking game.
Yeah.
Love it. Oh, the PDF. Mwah.
So, question 1, everybody. Did you repair something? That is a no for everybody. Question 2, did you deliver on a dangerous contract? Nope, not yet. 3, did you use at least one void point?
If simulations count.
Sure, I'll count that. Yeah, why not?
Hell yeah.
Okay, so you used a void point. Did anybody else? No?
I did.
You did. Okay. So 1 experience point per each one of you guys. Did you discover a new and potentially dangerous place? Yeah, I would say so. You discovered a new place. So that's 1 for everybody. And then did you gain a new enemy? No, I wouldn't say so. You had a brief encounter, but I wouldn't call it an enemy. Did you find someone new that you can trust? Yeah, not that you
Oh,
know of.
The shuttle pilot.
Leon.
Yeah. I feel
Yeah.
like I feel like you can trust
Oh.
him. So everybody, you didn't really find him, but I'll give you a point. I'll give you a point
I
because
feel
you
like
did.
we can trust Leon. Realistically,
Yeah.
Leon the tortoise. Yeah.
he'll do anything for lettuce, is what I heard.
Yeah. Did you contribute with something especially memorable? Not really. But I'll tell you what, I will give you a bonus experience point if you got the reference of Leon.
Unless the only Leon I'm aware of is
Whoever would guess the significance of the tortoise, what the reference is from, I will give you an experience point.
only thing I can think of is a professional,
Nope.
and he had a plant. So yeah,
Jeff?
unless it's Leonardo.
No. Hey, stop googling. I see the Google Chrome flash in your face. You already guessed though. It's cool. Anybody else? Anybody in chat? Does anything remind you of a tortoise, and especially what the man said? I guess you never got his name. The shuttle pilot.
Oh, I mean, now I know because I googled it.
Oh, you looked it up?
Yeah, so I'll be quiet. That's a good reference.
Nope.
I like that a lot. Look at you.
Okay. Going once, going twice. It was when, in Blade Runner, the original, when Deckard is checking for replicants. And he says that you see a tortoise in the desert. It's on its back. And only you can save it. And actually, the guy who is being interviewed, his name's Leon. So, I don't know. I thought I'd put that fun little thing in there.
That's good.
It was great.
Like
That's
that.
awesome. And as soon as I googled Leon the turtle and it popped up later on, I was like, because
that is one of the influences of this game. So,
Mhm.
but anyway, that is
awesome.
the end.
So you
of
get
this...
XP. Look at you.
Me, I get XP. So how
The
much
referee.
XP did we all get?
I got 3.
3.
Oh shit. Okay. So 5 is when you can start cashing stuff in.
Maybe next time.
And then, or you can save stuff too. So anyway, that is it. Thank you, Jess, Ryan, Ducky, Christian, for joining me on this this kickoff of the Death in Space game. And thank you all of you out there who joined us for this. And we'll be picking up next week, next Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So hope to see you guys then. Is there anybody we want to raid?
I am looking right now.
All right, you keep looking, and I'll just thank some people. So, thank you, Christian, for all the help on the adventure and giving me some special tips out there. So, and McGlintlock obviously for creating the Foundry module, creating the Zap Gun module, and just being a really cool dude. Thank you, Helium Kid Cannon and Solar Fields for the awesome music. I think it really sets the tone for this thing. So. Yeah, that's all I got. So we're going to go to a thank you screen and hang out for the raid, and we will see you guys. Oh, wait, do you want to announce anything coming up, like weekly scroll and stuff?
Oh, like I said earlier, this week on Weekly Scroll, we are going to be doing Cyborg, the new, incredibly highly anticipated, like cyberpunk adventure setting for Merkborg. Basically, it's the next big piece that they are putting out through Free League Workshop and Stockholm Cartel with Johan Noor and is it Christian Salen? Is he the one that's the
the designer, the writer?
Yeah,
Johan
I want to make
Noor
sure I
did all
actually get
the-
that right.
Yeah.
But we will be talking about that on Sunday because it just dropped, I think, yesterday. I think it became available to Kickstarter backers. So very, very, very excited to go over that. It is decently long. I think it's longer than Merkborg is. So we will try to cruise through the funnest and most important parts. And it should be a really, really good time. I'm very, very excited for this one.
Yeah, same.
So-
And I can guarantee you that will be played at the Adventure Archive in the future. So I don't know when, but
Absolutely.
it'll happen sometime. So anyway, we're gonna go to a thank you screen, and yeah, thank you guys. Have a great night. See you next time.
A thinking machine has been man's dream, also his nightmare.